This intermission is powered by TD Bank, the official bank of the Boston Bruins.
Newton's second law of motion. The acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the force applied to it.
An example of this is when I rip a slap shot.
When I blast a slap shot. When I have a slap shot coming at me, it's pretty fast and the motion is pretty powerful. So hopefully I have the ability to stop that motion.
Back to Shabbat. Gets decked by Peeke.
Born and raised in Florida, played baseball and hockey. Probably was better at baseball when I was younger, but found hockey more interesting. Moved away from home when I was 14, prep school in Connecticut. Went to high school in Green Bay when I was 17 for juniors. Went to college at Notre Dame. Turned pro after my junior year, so I was 21. Turned pro with Columbus. I was there for 5 years, now here with Boston. So as you can tell, I've lived in a lot of different states and I've traveled a lot of the country.
Earliest memory would probably be on the pond, pushing a bucket around and just being cold as could be, but I knew I loved it and just wanted to be on the ice every chance I could, and that was when I knew I loved hockey.
I remember getting a gift, the first hockey bag that I could take my stuff in, and that's something that I remember getting it for Christmas, and I was trying to sleep in it for a couple of weeks, so that was a lot of fun.
I remember my dad used to coach like under 18s or something, so pretty older kids, and I was probably like 6 or 7 years old, so I was always able to go practices with them and stay in the corner somewhere, do my own thing and just be there with the big guys, and while my dad was coaching them, so that was always fun for me.
Being around your friends, you're going to school, and then pretty much a lot of them you're playing in the same team as, and just having a good time, being out there, laughing, playing.
I truthfully loved the pads. I thought hockey players are fast and they wore some pretty cool gear. Other than that, just how competitive it was. I loved the way that these guys competed.
Going to games when my dad played back in the days, being in the locker room and stuff like that. So it was a lot of things, and obviously I played soccer as well growing up. So, but it was kind of easy choice for me back in the days.
My dad got me into it, and because I have an older brother, I always want to just do what my older brother does. So he was skating and playing hockey, and so I was like, well, obviously I want to do the same thing.
Spend a lot of time with your friends, and I think that's obviously, and then you get to play hockey together. So I thought always that was cool, and I was enjoying that always.
I think it was Sidney Crosby, because we didn't really have a team in Alaska, obviously, and that was probably the most sold jersey in Alaska at the time, and I was wearing a little Penguins Crosby jersey running around.
I had a lot of favorite players. That was, as a normal kid, you change your favorite player every week, so I had a lot of them. Most of them were always from Czech Republic, skilled guys like David Krejci, Hemsky, Jiří Hudler, so those guys from Czech always with the high skills was the one that I love to watch.
Growing up in Czech Republic, it was Jaromír Jágr. He was everywhere on all the commercials and on TV, and it was someone that really made it from Czech Republic. It was super famous, and just being able to watch some of his highlights, on TV, on news.
Jonathan Toews. My dad's favorite player was Steve Yzerman, and he wore 19, so my brother wore 19 and I wore 19.
Marchand across the crease, Morgan Geekie.
I was born in Brandon, Manitoba. I have 2 brothers and 2 parents, Toby and Craig. I grew up going to a small high school. I think there was about 150 kids. Sorry, not high school, K to 12. I played all kinds of sports growing up. I met my wife when I was maybe 10 years old. We started playing hockey together. We stayed together. We were together. We've dated since we were 14 years old. I went and played junior hockey with the Tri-State Americans in 2013 or 14. Then played for a bunch of teams since then. Ended up in Boston. I got married in 2021, and we had our first daughter in 2023. and we have a dog named Junie.
Newton's third law of motion.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
An example of this is when I check someone into the boards.
When I check somebody into the boards.
When I have a scrum in front of my net, my D-men are going to do their job of checking the other opponent out of my way so I can see the first shot. So their force going into that opponent is going to allow me to see the shot.